Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for clicking on this episode of the podcast. I wanted to come on before and say thank you so much to the special guest this week, Chronicler 177, and thank you all for listening. I wanted to say that there are some spoilers for the Spartan Legacy, which is Chronicler 177's alternate timeline of the Halo universe after Halo 3. So thank you so much for listening, and I hope you sit back, relax, and get ready to learn about and enjoy this fantastic world that Chronicler 177 has created. In this episode, we're mostly talking about the logistics, the teams, how he does things, rather than the actual complete lore itself. That's going to be on the next episode with Chronicler himself. So thank you so much for watching and listening, and sit back, relax, and get ready to meet and learn about Chronicler 177. All right, hello everyone. Welcome back to Lorecast. It's been a while since I've been on here, but I have a very special guest today. This is Chronicler 177. If you like Machinima, you're gonna like his shows.
Hello, I'm Chronicler 177. If you like Machinima, you're gonna like my show.
So, yeah, no. So I've been trying to catch up on your body of work. I thought it was going to be a simple task, but little did I realize that there were...
What?
Yeah.
Where did you make that assumption?
I don't know, because, I came in to your fantastic series way late. I didn't watch it before. I was just looking for voice acting roles. So I cast a wide umbrella and talked to a bunch of people, and you were the one who was like, yeah, go for it. So then that first script you sent me was the first introduction to the world that you have. And I was a little bit confused, but it was a good self-contained story. So
Brotherhood War is a really bad introduction to the Spartan Legacy by itself, because there's so much established lore, not only from Halo, but from my post-Halo 3 alternate universe Halo. Going into it and established characters and everything. So yeah, being confused is perfectly natural.
Yeah, I'm surprised I gave the deliveries I did. So,
no, you did really well, man.
My fiance at the time, we were just dating at the time, and we started watching this, and I was like, hey, watch this with me, I'm in it. And she's like, oh, okay. So we were both like, this is pretty good, but I don't know exactly what's going on. So then the other day I started watching from the beginning, because you have a conveniently placed playlist right there.
Yes, I am so glad that people are using that. It has been so helpful, and I can't believe I didn't think of that earlier, to organize it chronologically in a single playlist.
Yeah, I was like, because that's how I started. I started watching the Border War, and I was like, what's going on here? I don't know what any of this is.
Border War, again, is not even the first.
Yeah.
It's just now chronologically. Well, not chronologically. It's now in the entire legacy, the thing that I made first, because the original Spartans is now not canon. So yeah.
I think that's how I got sidetracked, and then I noticed the playlist, because I clicked on all the playlists, but didn't realize you had one big, massive one on your channel there.
Mm-hmm.
So
the channel introduction that I made last year goes a little bit in depth about how to use the channel and the playlist a bit. So I'm hoping it's helping people keep a little more oriented amidst my, at this point, rather large body of work.
Oh yeah. That's what, 50 episodes?
In the Spartan Legacy, I think there's like 59, and that's just the Spartan Legacy. You're not talking about 40 plus episodes of Odd Men Out, and then 3 Biker on movies, and then everything else that I've done besides.
Yeah, I'm glad I found that playlist. Otherwise, I would be completely lost and jumping all over the place. But at the time of recording this, I just finished, or I'm on the last episode of Omega Halo, because I didn't realize, because everyone starts their videos off like, we'll maybe make it 5 to 10 minutes, and then I was like, oh look, here's the beginning, and then there's big 40-minute videos. I'm like, oops, probably should have started this earlier.
Yep.
No, it's really interesting though. I like the world that you set up.
Thank you.
Let's see. So is it? I was watching all of them at once, and some of it's faded. But is this an alternate timeline, or is this before or after Master Chief?
Yes, this is an alternate branch that starts right at the end of Halo 3, because that's when I started writing it. That's when the branch occurred. At the time, Reach wasn't out. Halo Wars might have been out. I think Halo Wars was out, yeah. But 4 and 5 and all the comics and peripheral stuff that's come since then was, it was not even an apple of the mind's eye, or however that phrase goes.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? Someone's got to continue this. Might as well be me. And so, yeah, it branches from there. And so the two timelines exist separately, but they run concurrently, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, it does.
So everything's starting from Halo Combat Evolved up to Halo 3 or so, and all that media is unchanged, aside from some slight additions that I've made that don't interfere with the media. But then after Halo 3, Master Chief never comes back. The Battle of Requiem, where the Didact awakens, never happens. Therefore, Cortana doesn't go rampant. The Guardians don't come along. Stuff like that.
Sounds like a version of Halo I would really like to play.
Well, I mean, and that was the other
bad,
idea behind the Spartan Legacy as well, to write my own stories as if they were their own campaigns. And Brotherhood War and Omega Halo drifted from that a little bit. There were less first-person shots. It was styled less linearly, more like a movie. But, the feeling is still there.
Absolutely. I was about to say they look very cinematic. Especially, what was it, the first one on your playlist before Omega Halo,
Generation.
Yes, thank you. The Halo 2 Anniversary Machinima. I like that one a lot. That one it did felt really gamey, but then Omega Halo and I watched all the Brotherhood War. That one looks very cinematic, like a movie, I would say.
That's what I was just kind of naturally aiming for. My writing style and directing style has just kind of shifted over the last couple of years as I started to understand and apply more cinematic techniques. That's just a natural result. I've also started to find that, especially like post-generation, rewatching that, I go, man, they're in some of these parts, for like 5 minutes, they're just proceeding through corridors and killing everything there. And that's great for a game, but no one's actually playing this. It's just watching. So that I think that sucked out some of the fun. I think it's still enjoyable, but I think the split that I've got now that has gamey elements with a more cinematic take is much better.
It reminds me of, did you ever watch Halo... was it Evolutions, or the
Halo Legends?
Halo Legends, that's the one. Did you ever watch that one?
Tales of the Reach trilogy is my own special nod to Halo Legends, having several different stories under one banner. Legends was excellent.
Yeah.
With the exception of Odd One Out, which is obviously non-canon, and the package, which I feel focuses way too much on visual effects and doesn't make a whole lot of sense lore-wise. I think Legends was very, very good.
I was going to say, it reminds me of the package where they have that one scene going down the super carrier. And because it switches to that really, that like the the Halo HUD, and it was really pretty cool. I thought that was pretty interesting. Also,
it was cool. It was cool. Don't get me wrong. Story wise, they have the two biggest issues I have in the package. They have a Prowler that has actual Covenant cloaking technology somehow.
Yeah.
Which Prowlers don't actually turn invisible. They believe they just sensor jam, and they have sensor reflective coatings painted on them or something like that. And then they got Halsey looking like a Barbie doll.
Yeah.
So that was kind of weird.
Yeah, it was pretty weird. I think Odd Ones Out is probably my favorite one, actually, though, just because of how anime it is.
It's Spartan 1337.
That's actually, if you ever notice a lot of my stuff, like on Twitch, my name is Original Nick 1337. That's my PS4, my PSN profile. That's where I got the 1337. was from Odd Ones Out.
You got that from Legends?
Yeah, I love that number. It's my favorite number. My fiance is like,
it's a good number.
It's something about it. It's just really interesting.
One might even say it's a leet number.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't know what that was. My dad was like, "Yeah, that's leet," and I was like,
"Yeah,
why?" He's like, "This leet speak."
That's leet speak. Yep.
It's really weird because my fiance's favorite numbers are 246 and mine are 137.
You two are one half each of the same whole. That's nice.
Yeah. I have to say though, it is a daunting task watching all of these things in a row. I probably should have started earlier, but I do enjoy. It was really weird doing the voice acting and then hearing everyone opposite. I never thought that was going to be a problem when I first started voice acting, but now that I am, it's really interesting to see how you'll come in and say, "Hey, I need you to do this, this, and this," and then I'm assuming you're doing the same thing with the other people, and then for it to come together in one very cohesive, interesting piece is very interesting to me because I love to be a tool, but I'm not like a tool, but I like being,
You shot yourself in the foot there, buddy.
I did. I like being a piece of something. I'm not very good at creating the whole as a self because I have done one Machinima and it was in Halo Reach and I was copying Digital Fear. I'm like how to make a Machinima.
Yeah. Yeah, bless him though. He's one of my inspirations as well.
That was gonna be the next question. Did you ever watch the Digital Fear? How to make Machinima?
Hell yeah, that was back in my day when I was first starting out, man. Machinima.com was the big thing, and there was him, and there was Pre-Game Lobby, and all that good stuff back then. I think I watched more of his stuff than I watched Red vs. Blue, like on repeat.
Yeah, I think I was a little bit too young for all that, maybe. I still was watching Red vs. Blue, but I'm not sure.
John's stuff was sometimes more mature than Red vs. Blue, in some cases, not always.
Mm-hmm.
But dude, RB and the Chief, and then especially One Life Remaining, those were big deals to me. One Life Remaining, especially the first season, remains one of my favorite Machinimas to date, just for how well it portrays a normal life in the Halo, like in a Halo engine. Like you totally buy it that these aren't Spartans in power armor. These are just dudes sitting on a couch playing a game. You know how hard that is to pull off when everyone is 6 feet tall and wearing body armor? It's not easy. And he did it.
I think it does come down to, and I've noticed this because a little known fact about me to all the listeners is I was a film major and then an animation major.
No kidding.
And so I know learning from film is that writing has to be on point. You can kind of make up for it with your cinematography or maybe the acting can pull through, but I think it comes down to solid writing. And I think that your stuff absolutely has good writing.
Why, thank you. I kind of sometimes try to crush on the writing to make up for other shortcomings. I know some of my own personal acting. I get overshadowed by my other actors all the time. Like, you can look at like any of my performances, like Guardian or Logan or Saul, and good, but then you've got like Mega coming in or Laughing Block and just killing roles, and it's like, man, they're so good at it. And but they're all saying words that I wrote, so I guess that's gotta make up for something. But no, you're absolutely right. Like, writing is the foundation of any good story. Like, so okay, take movies like Transformers for example. I know everyone likes to hate on Transformers, but it's an easy target for a reason. Because it has really, really good effects, which is fine, and they're really, really good. Don't get me wrong, but oh my god, everyone hates it because the writing is so bad, especially in the later movies.
Yeah,
that right there, that's case in point.
I stopped at number 4. I don't know what happened after that.
Oh my god, Age of Extinction was the worst birthday movie ever. I went there for my birthday when it came out, and it was like 4 hours long.
Oh my gosh.
It was, oh my god, what a waste of freaking time. And
that was like me.
I almost went and saw the last night in theaters, and I thought to myself, I was like, remember what happened with Age of Extinction? I know the trailers made this look good, but don't do it. Which is good, because I watched it on Hulu a couple years later, and it's even worse.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, it was bad.
That's like me on my birthday. One year, Thor: The Dark World came out, and I was so excited. My dad.
I actually like Thor: The Dark World, but
now that all the other ones have come out, I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
That one gets forgotten.
Be fair, it has some. It can be forgettable, but there are moments in Dark World that I think are unforgettable. But overall, yeah, it's not one of the better Marvel movies.
Absolutely. And I think that's part of the problem with having such a massive, universe. And I'm sure you could equate this to yourself. You have some stuff that you absolutely love, and some stuff you're like, I wish that wasn't canon. I wish I didn't do that.
Oh my god, if I could go without Border War being canon, I would. But it's kind of crucial to the rest of it. So, but at least with Marvel, they're in the MCU. Their worst stuff is at least decent.
It's still watchable.
I can't say the same.
I think it's not bad, and considering that's the first one, after Brotherhood War, I came in, clicking randomly, and I was like, oh, Border War, sure, I'll watch that, and I was like, this is interesting, but then thank goodness for the playlist.
Yeah, right.
So I'm like right before the Saul's epilogue there, right in between Omega Halo and Border War. Yeah. That's about where I am. So I'm gonna catch up and obviously finish out, because you do have some at the time of this. You have some more stuff coming out. I don't want to spoil it or say anything.
Oh, actually, I was thinking if we want to talk just a wee bit about Aftermath.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Maybe people will come here just for that. Maybe get a couple extra viewers for that.
Yeah. Exclusive.
Yeah, exactly. And there are some things that now that the body acting is done, some people already do know about it. So there are a couple things I could just talk about just a wee bit. So if that comes up, don't worry. If I can't answer something, I will tell you that I can't answer it. Also, have fun slogging through the Reach trilogy.
Yeah,
I know the Reach trilogy is classic for a lot of people, but God, I kind of hate it.
That's the big one, apparently, according to how the world is set up.
I mean, it's very pivotal, which is why it has to be canon, and it is a big moment for a lot of things. And there's some things that happen with the characters in it that is very, very important to how future events like Lifebringer and Brotherhood War play out. But it's old. It's not as old as some things, but it's older. But it's got a lot of views, and it's been up for a long time, and people do seem to like it. So.
Yeah, you're not gonna pull a machinima and just clean house one day and take it all down.
I'm not gonna pull a me either and classify, lock down the videos, and remake everything like I did with Spartans, because Omega Halo is a remake of the very first series that I made, which is now totally non-canon. But I think the Reach trilogy has enough redeeming qualities to be canon. For me to not remake it, and I definitely don't have time to redo all of that. So it is what it is.
Yeah, I've always wondered, like, since you're not, I wouldn't say you're a one-man team, because I see your Discord and you do have a lot of help, but you are still a very small team. So whenever Red versus Blue did the whole remake of everything, they had guys sitting at their Xbox Ones for days on end, being able to just crank out these shot for shots.
Yeah. No, I don't have that. That's for sure. My biggest crew by far is my body actors, who there's like 30 or 40 of them for any given production. Maybe less than that. I don't know. I'd have to go and count. But there were a lot of people at Brotherhood War and a lot of people at Omega Halo. They are not consistent as much. You can go back to Border War, for example, and when you look at the list of body actors for that, because that's, I think, the first one that I actually listed body actors for. I know maybe like 2 of them still.
Oh, wow.
People cycle through. It's just how it is. And even you can even see that between Omega Halo and Brotherhood War. The body acting lists are not match to match. There's a lot of people cycling in and out. That's just how it is.
Interesting. I didn't think that would be a thing.
Yeah. So, people come and people go, and I got a lot of consistent people, like, Ebon Blade and Major Winners and Tag Force. Basically, a lot of the people who are in my Meet the Body Actors video.
Yeah.
But then you've got folks who just get pulled in for one session and then they vanish. I'd like them to come back, but I just don't see them anymore.
Yeah, I always see the requirements for, your armor, and I'm like, I wish I could join, but I haven't played Halo 5 in a couple years.
Which is something I was worried about when I started filming Brotherhood War, because, oh my God, just to get Zach's armor, I had to spend $300 on Red Pack.
Oh, gosh.
This was back when I was working full-time, and I had a lot of disposable income, so I couldn't just grind it away. But good God, man. And it's caused some problems, but nothing we haven't been able to work around, luckily. I'm hoping for a different system in Infinite. Probably going to get the same thing because it made them so much money, but we'll see.
Yeah, I hope not. That would be really unfortunate.
It would, but it would also make a lot of sense because there were people like me, or I know somebody who spent like $900 on Red Pack.
Oh gosh, I spent probably
a lot of money.
I probably spent $100 over the entire time it's been out. So
yeah.
Well, and then again, I did pre-order it and get that. I spent $90 to get like the big rec pack once a month or whatever.
Yeah.
So it was on my dad's account too. That's before I was old enough to have my own or whatever. So my dad just has these rec packs stacked up over the years.
Oh no.
So yeah,
and then open, are they?
No, none of them are open. I think they're just sitting there.
God.
So my dad probably has every armor in the game unlocked.
You should use his account and come join us.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah. Be like, hey Dad, can I log in for a second? No, that'd be pretty good. Would you? Let's see. Would you ever consider doing if Infinite came to PC? Would you ever record on PC, or are you too used to the Xbox?
There is one big problem with me recording on PC. I don't have one.
Oh, okay.
Mac user here. Sorry, I know I'm a pleb, but I have much better track records with Macs than PCs. For example, my last Mac I had for 8 years, and it was an old model. I had it for 8 years before it crapped out. And even then, it was used before by my dad, so it wasn't like its whole lifespan was 8 years. It was used for maybe like 10 or 11. And then I had a PC for 6 months, and the fucking thing broke.
Wow.
So, like, I tried it. I got a gaming PC. Like, I didn't build one. I don't have the freaking funds or the time for that. I don't know. I'm not an engineer. I'm a writer. But I got one for $500, and it worked for... I got 6 months of World of Warcraft out of it before it pooped.
Yeah.
So, and then I bought another Mac. So... Yeah, so I'll stick to Xbox just simply for that reason. Not to douse on I'm glad it's coming to PC. I'm glad everybody will be able to play it on PC like they.
Yeah.
I think I will stick to Xbox.
They already have MCC up to Halo 2 on Steam.
Yeah, 3's coming out soon.
Yeah, at the time of this recording, not to date the video, but
if I may say. They've already shown from the flight some of the new Forge items that they added into Halo 3. Yeah, okay, so basically it's stuff that was already in the engine you just couldn't access in Forge, like the Troop Transport Warthog from the campaign, the Anti-Air Raid from the campaign. It's like, where the hell was all this when I was making Omega Halo? Now I'm going to have to go back and remake Omega Halo just to put this stuff in. I really want to use it. It's really cool.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I need to watch the video because I don't keep up with it because I'm building a PC. Well, I got everything set up, and I have the PC parts picker, and so I have everything priced out, and I've got the best price from every website. So I got a Frankenstein websites to get it in, and so even then, that's only going to be my solely for recording gameplay because I do have the Let's Play channel. And then my Razer laptop is going to be just for running the games. And I've already noticed there is a lot of graphical glitching on the even on Halo 1 because that's when I started playing it.
It's an imperfect port.
Yeah.
I mean, I think people are glad that it's happening at all. But let's face it, this game was not meant to be made to go to PC. It's already been ported. Like, okay, so Halo 1 and 2 Halo 2 is the Vista port, which was already bad enough. And then Halo 1 is the Gearbox port, which that was not perfect. It was flawed as well.
Yeah.
And now they're porting it from Xbox to PC. It's turning into a Frankenstein story. There are gonna be these problems, and that's why I'm not super upset that I'm missing out on some of this.
Yeah.
Because I can see there was that glitch with Halo 2 a while back. I don't know if it's still in the game, but guys would just look down at the floor and start shooting the shotgun at the floor and somehow get kills.
Whoa.
Yeah. There are
worse
videos of that happening. I'm like, all right, you guys can have that.
That's worse than BXR. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Well, okay, I say play games that work, and I spend all my time on Fallout 76 and Elite Dangerous. I guess I shouldn't be talking.
Oh man, I still play Fallout 4. Oh gosh. Yeah, that's another series you have, and I have not watched it yet. It's Wastelander, right?
Wasteland, yeah. I'm a little conflicted about Wasteland 2019 right now because I launched into it with the best of expectations. I really did, man. But it has met significant delays. Some are on my part, and some been on Laughing Block's part, who voices the main character, because he's been so busy with other projects and stuff. But I got 5 episodes out of a planned 20, and we haven't seen one since October. I was hoping to have one out really quick after Brotherhood War, but Block's just been too busy to get the voice acting done. So there we are. What I'm trying to say is you're not missing a whole lot right now.
Oh, okay. I was gonna actually way back when and earlier in the video, I was gonna talk about probably one of my favorite videos that you released, and it was outside the the canon of the Machinima, but it was the Meet the Body Actors video, because I think a lot of those get underappreciated because I watch Red vs. Blue, and I never see the body actors get credited really. I mean, they do in the credits, but I never seen like a video dedicated to them. You always see the voice actor, writer, and director, and the composer. They all get their specific spots in the documentary of whatever it is you're watching.
Yeah, well, and that's something that, like, okay, so people always focus on these figureheads. Like, who does everybody blame or claim for the Transformers movies, for example, because we were talking about that earlier? It always comes down to one guy.
Michael Bay.
Michael Bay. But, even though he was the head guy in charge, he's only one person on a gigantic team.
Yeah.
I don't even know the names of the guys who came up with all the visual effects or put hours and hours and hours into working on all these scenes. Like, take that scene where Optimus Prime transforms the first time, and you have all these hundreds of little different moving parts across his character model. Yeah. Somebody put a lot of time into that, and nobody knows who it is. You'd have to go and look at the credits for it, and even then, it doesn't specifically say who it is. So I just wanted to, at least from what I have some control over, I wanted to make sure the people behind the scenes get that recognition.
Yeah.
Because they need it. They deserve it. We had the last body acting session for Aftermath last week, and there were 16 of us, and we shot a dialogue scene that took 1 hour and 12 minutes of dudes just standing there. And man, if I were one of the actors, I don't think I would have wanted to be there.
Oh gosh.
And that was 1 hour and 12. I could have been doing something else. But these guys showed up for me, and they sat there while I told them to look around for 1 hour and 12 minutes. Man, I'm so grateful to have them.
Mm-hmm.
That is dedication. And that's that's not even talking about all the action scenes that we have to shoot and reshoot with the complications, and then putting up with just all the crap that we run into. You know, these guys deserve that recognition, and I'm so happy that I made that video. Yeah. I think that was a good move.
Absolutely. And I saw like in your in the Discord that you have also join us Discord.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Absolutely. I saw, you know, you put out like a I don't know, I don't want to say it, like a call to action where you'd be like, hey, there's this lighting issue, I can't figure it out. And then you know, all your friends would go in and be like, hey, I think I figured out how to fix this one issue. And you're like, okay, actually, that's one thing down out of so many.
I actually didn't actually put out a call to arms for that. This was another case of me being really grateful to have some. I talked about it.
Yeah.
Sure, in the behind the scenes video. And then this forger, Wolf, extremely talented, comes in and he goes, hey man, I know how to fix that. I'm like, well, okay.
That's how it went,
let's do it. And now Wolf is now helping me design sets for the final installment of the Lifebringer saga, which will be coming after Aftermath. So I've got him on the team.
They look so good. He puts like little screenshots in there, and I'm like, wow, how does someone have this much time?
He's making some sets for Zulu Flight as well, which, by the way, I would like to talk about that a little bit if we get the chance.
Go ahead.
It is a small machinima being made by my second-in-command, Major Winters, and it is officially a Spartan Legacy machinima, even though it's not made by me. And I think that is really exciting. I have guided the project. I helped write the script a bit. He laid down the basic foundations and everything. I just kind of souped it up a little bit, made sure it was good within canon. But I'll be gathering body actors for it, but he's doing the directing, the set building, the editing, all that. He did the casting. He just finished up the casting yesterday. I think that's going to be really cool because he'll now be the second person to have a lot of input on the Spartan Legacy other than obviously me, and then Megalodon, who helped co-write Brotherhood War.
That's actually how I think I found you, because I was watching one of Megalodon's videos, and in his or in their about section, they're like, "Hey, here's my gamer tag," and since he didn't have an email to email, I was like, "Hey, I saw you on YouTube putting out a casting call for whatever this is," and then it was really weird because I haven't talked to him since on Xbox, but then I found you through his YouTube channel, and then that's when I found all of your stuff.
Mega's been great for helping me get into the community a little more because, you know, I've been a loner for a long time. Only in the last couple of years have I started to make contact with other machinima creators, most particularly the great Isaiah, who I am a major character in one of his series, and a couple other creators out there. I also just managed to speak with Ascend Hyperion, which was pretty cool. He's a big content creator as well. So that was kind of nifty. Mega's been a good liaison for that, a good advisor. He's a trusted friend and a great voice actor and writer as well.
That's always good to have those kinds of people, you know, in your corner, someone who you can trust. Because I started off, I didn't start off alone, at least on Lorecast. On the Original Nick Show and Original Games, it is just me. But on Lorecast, I have, you know, my friends. They're all my friends. None of them are people I brought on out of nowhere. They're all, you know, the original cast members are all friends that I know personally and, you know, have spent time with. Like Benny from Lorecast, I've known him since college, you know, 2016. I've known him since then, and then we just started it, so it's pretty easy to get in the motion of everything.
Yeah, it's good to have people. I've had people for a while. For example, the basically the entire main cast of Odd Man Out is all people I went to high school with.
Yeah.
So I've been able to make connections, at least with voice actors, for a long time. But man, without some of the other people I got that handle the logistics and stuff like that, or my specialty crew like Razzle Dazzle, who does he did the title sequences for Brotherhood War. He's working on the one for Aftermath as well, or Mega to help you out the community, or now Wolf who's helping me with sets. I'd definitely be at least a couple quality steps down. It's good to have them.
Yeah, and let's see. Speaking of quality, we talked about this last time we were on a call together. It was people compare you a lot to Rooster Teeth, and So even say you're better than them. What would you say about that?
Statistically, okay. First, I appreciate the sentiment so much. And it's so nice. Oh my god, like, I never thought I'd ever hear anything like that, and that is really cool. And I appreciate it so much, but there is no way in hell that I'm better than Rooster Teeth. Right? Okay, writing is a matter of opinion, and I can see why some people would say that, given the last couple of admittedly somewhat lackluster seasons of Red versus Blue, which I enjoyed, but it could have been better. You know, they're running out of ideas. The show's winding down. The founders are leaving. It happens. Everything ends. But you know, like on a technical level, no way. Although I guess then it comes back down to, you know, the writing being this. So I guess I could see where people come from. It's really nice. I'm glad that I've been able to please people so much that they say that right there is pretty cool. Never thought I'd be there.
I definitely say comparable. Absolutely. I mean, of course they do have animators who have, you know, that's all they do is work on Red versus Blue, Ruby, and all that.
They're a whole company. You know, they got loads of people for stuff. Whereas me, you know, I got me and then no payroll. I got everybody doing this out of the goodness of their hearts. And again, I have some awesome people, but nowhere near the amount of crew that Rooster Teeth has with them being an actual company. So on a technical level, they've definitely got me beaten. Writing is all subjective, so I guess I can start to see where people come from. Yeah.
So in order to support patreon.com, no.
You know, I had a Patreon once. I had one for 15 days or something like that. And I'm like, you know what? I think I'm going to stick by my rule of not combining passion with money. Because I think eventually, in almost any case, money starts to take over.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all. That's why I don't ever want to go pro.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't go to school for filming or anything like that because I don't want to be in Hollywood. One, Hollywood's corrupt enough as it is. But two, everything starts to get dictated by money and it starts to infringe on creative view, and I just really don't like that.
Yeah.
Plus, I also hate watching a video, and I just want to get to the content, but 30 fucking minutes of the video are, here's my Patreon, and here's my Instagram, and you know, I try to limit it to the fan mail intro, which, I mean, that directly helps me interact with the community. That's not me trying to gain anything. That's me trying to interact more with my community and engage with them and everything. So I don't feel like that's as bad. It takes 30 seconds before the video starts, sure, but that's something that I do, that I make for the community. So
and it is a separate video. That's what I try and do on my channel is if I'm gonna have something like that, it needs to be a separate video. So I like that about yours too. You always just the content, just the story. It's all right there.
Yeah. You know, I just know what I hate.
Yeah.
I'm sure other people hate it too.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Raycon comes to sponsor you.
Oh my god. Or
Raid Shadow
Legend. Oh my god, I hate it. Who was it? A lot of my favorite ASMR artists are starting to do that, and I get it, guys. You have to get paid. But, you know, if I start the video and I want to fall asleep and the first thing that comes up is you talking about Raycons, I'm going to click off the video and find something else. I'm sorry. It's just, that's just how it is. I can't stand that crap.
Oh gosh. My favorite.
Because I can tell you're faking it. I can tell you're just doing it to get paid, which I know you gotta get paid. So that's why I don't complain like in comments or anything. I just leave. Yeah. You know, what are you gonna do?
Yeah. There's nothing you can do.
Exactly.
That also does date the video, and I try so hard to stay away from dating the videos. That's what we said on one of the previous lore casts, and you know, some of them were like, I don't care, or I think we may have done it outside of the video.
Yeah, because you know, 5 years from now, it's gonna be, you watch that video and it's like, oh hey, remember when Shadow Legends was a thing?
Yeah.
Because here they are talking about it. Oh yeah, this was back in 2019.
Yeah. So I try my hardest to stay away from that kind of stuff. I do it sometimes, but the one that gets me is I have a series that's not out yet, but it's a Minecraft hardcore where, you know, when you die you make a new world sort of thing, and I call it Hardcraft. and I started doing memes, and I was like, no memes that dates the video. And even then, I was doing older ones that aren't even popular anymore. So
memes are something that I'm a little flexible on, because I really like some older memes. John Cena to this day remains one of my favorites. But then you also got stuff like some memes have come up and died so fast, like the nobody meme.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Where you go, nobody.
Yeah.
Chronicler 177 talks about Machinima. You know, it's already dead, and they won't let it die. And I keep seeing it everywhere, and they're using it where it doesn't make any sense. And it's like, that's annoying. So it just depends on the meme for me.
Yeah, that's true. It does depend on me. Some of them are iconic and last forever, but as long as
you can still reference keyboard cat these days, and it's fun.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad your stuff doesn't really incorporate memes that much.
If I let loose, it would.
Yeah. Maybe just make like a season 14 of Red vs. Blue where it's all just non-canon side quests and stuff like that. Go for it.
Fucking Star Wars detours, but it's Halo.
Oh my gosh. Marvel What If.
Okay, I'm really looking forward to
Me too.
What If.
I'm looking for that too.
Yeah. Now that'd be interesting. Like, what if Catherine... Ooh, wait, you finished Omega Halo, right?
I think I'm right at the end. I'm like right there.
You saw the last part of part 5, right? You just haven't gotten to the epilogue.
I think so. Yes.
Well, just in case, I'll dial it back a bit. What if the other 4 Spartans from Generation hadn't died?
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
What if in Omega Halo you had the whole team there?
Yeah.
Stuff like that. How could that have gone differently? There's endless possibilities, not just for the Spartan Legacy, but for anything, which is, I really like What If style series. You know, it's very interesting to go around and do that.
I like that too. Just bring on a couple other writers, be like, hey everyone, write something and we'll see if I can make it.
Man, I should do that. That's a really good idea. We've already come up with one idea. I'm sure it wouldn't take long to do others. And that would allow me to use some of the new assets in Halo 3. I'm going to have to jot this down.
Yeah.
Problem would be finding time to do it.
Yeah.
Because I'm ahead of schedule on Aftermath, but in the overall scheme of things, I am behind. Brotherhood War took a lot longer than I thought it was going to.
Yeah.
Brotherhood War ran like 7 months over production.
I
was supposed to have it out last year, and I was supposed to have Omega Halo out in 2018. But, you know, things just didn't work out that way. And then I'm also planning on having a kid next year. So after that, my time is going to shrink.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But it's a nice idea, though. I'll have to write that down.
Yeah. Let's see. What else? You want to talk about 2 stories, right? You want to talk a little bit about Aftermath, and then you had another one.
Oh, Zulu Flight. Yeah,
Zulu Flight.
That.
Yes.
The one that Major Winners is working on, that I'm excited to see. So
I didn't get a chance to audition for that one. I didn't get a chance.
It sounded like he got a lot of good auditions, and there's some voice actors in there I haven't seen before.
Yeah.
Like, I know Meg is part of the cast, but there's also some new guys like Sepia Ant. I'm excited to see what he can do.
That's good. I love the idea of me being like a John DiMaggio or Steve Blum, where they voice, you know, or Tara Strong, where you hear them in everything, but you know that's.
Great Delisle will be like.
Yeah. But that's
Great Delisle. Yes.
Yeah. I don't know. I do like the idea of giving other people a chance, though.
Yeah, which is why once we move from the Spartan Legacy back into Odd Man Out, I'm not going to carry over a whole lot of the actors from Brotherhood War for new roles in Odd Man Out, because I want to give new people a shot. You know, I like seeing what other people can do. But also we'll have to wait and see if there's any new roles for that. I'm not sure yet. But anyway, Zulu Flight, yes. The first Spartan Legacy content, quite possibly the last, depending on how things go. Not with Zulu Flight, but just in general. That is not entirely creatively directed by me. Like I said, I had a hand in it to make sure it lines up with everything, but Major Winners is handling most of this. That'd be most similar to the Judgment short that introduced Nyla Asaka and Garrett to the Spartan Legacy before Brotherhood War came out, because Megalodon wrote pretty much all of that, and then I fine-tuned it, but then he got busy and I ended up shooting it editing it, that stuff. But this time, Winters is handling all the filming and editing and everything.
Mm.
It takes place a week after the societal collapse at the end of Brotherhood War, with the Lifebringer taking over everything. Spoiler for Brotherhood War, by the way, if you haven't seen it, shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if you're gonna be here watching this, you've probably seen Brotherhood War, but
or you're new to none of my. I don't think any of my subscribers have watched your stuff.
Oh crap! I just ruined that twist.
Nah, it'll be okay. Maybe I'll bleep it out when I edit it.
Okay, yeah, I'll probably do that.
Yeah.
Anyway, it takes place. Oh, crap! A lot of this might be a little spoilery. Then we'll see. Takes place a week after the end of Brotherhood War, where everything is in complete disarray. The UNSC and the Reformation are both on the run, and it features this one UNSC pilot, Zulu 49er, who is actually in Brotherhood War. In part 2, when it shifts to daytime during the Reformist attack on Seattle, Zack and Denver call in air support to help deal with some Reformists, and 2 Wasps fly in. And one of the pilots speaks to Zack, and it's Zulu 49er. So we've taken this character, this little side character, at a couple of lines, and he's getting his whole machinima.
I love stuff like that.
Yeah, I do too. I'm a big fan of when they do that in like Star Wars.
Oh yeah.
So it showcases him and an AI he picked up named Cecil, which Cecil was an addition that I had. I think it's pretty cool. I think it works well with the characters that Winters established in the script, and it features them too, just trying to get as far away from the danger as possible. It's not going to be a long one. I think the script ended up being like 12 pages, maybe 15 pages long. So it'll probably be 30 minutes, maybe under that. But I think it's going to be really cool to see. I want to see what somebody else can pull off in my universe. And Winters has been great. He's the one who started my Discord and everything. Helps me manage it. So if there's anybody who's going to do that, it's definitely him.
Yeah.
And then we got Aftermath, where that's my official next step in the Spartan Legacy. It's going to be a lot shorter than Brotherhood War. Like, for example, the average Aftermath script is 8 pages long. The average Brotherhood War script is 25 pages long.
Wow.
So Aftermath will be shorter. It's both a stepping stone and an oversized epilogue to Brotherhood War, which is why it still has Brotherhood War in the title.
Yeah.
But it is the aftermath of everything that happened there. It's going to deal with some of the aftershocks of the ending of Brotherhood War, and some of the things that did not get resolved in Brotherhood War. We'll see some resolution in Aftermath. I can share a few details with it now, because some of them are out amongst the body actors now. It'll take place 3 months after that, after the end of Brotherhood War, and it'll be very less action featured, much more character featured. And the 2 things that I want to talk about are Logan and Carla, who's a new character. Logan is seeing a little bit more character development than he's ever seen before. I want to tease this just a little bit. So Logan has always been this, great leader. He was a great leader in the last war, and he's been a pretty good leader in Brotherhood War, despite being on the side. But he was loyal to the UNSC. He had all his faith in the UNSC, and now it's gone. So I wanted to play with what happens to a guy when everything that he put his faith in gets destroyed, and he feels like he let everybody down. So we're going to see Logan at a very dark, sad point in his life. It's not going to be the Logan that we know and love. He's been crushed. I think that's going to be an interesting dynamic among the other characters. And then Carla is your wife.
Yeah,
because you played Anthony, her husband. Carla is going to be a new aspect that we didn't see during Brotherhood War. We'll be seeing it from a civilian's eye. And this will be particularly so I can showcase the effect of the Lifebringer's rule in Seattle, in Earth, with her martial law set in place, not wiping out the civilians but holding them hostage. Very excited for this aspect of the story. It's going to be very Half-Life-y,
Mm-hmm.
where humanity hasn't been wiped out. They're being allowed to live, but following very strict restrictions. I think having Carla as a vessel for that will be very, very interesting. And I teased Aftermath a little bit by saying it's got similar aspects to Tales of the Reach trilogy. Since you haven't seen it, I'll explain. Tales is my own version of Halo Legends, where you've got 5 different unconnected stories all happening in the same universe. Tales of the Reach trilogy happens during the Reach trilogy at 5 different points during the Reach trilogy, with completely different characters and completely different stories. Whereas Aftermath, it's all happening at the same time in the universe, but it's all connected, but you see several different aspects of it. You have Zach, Guardian, Denver, and Logan, what they're doing. And then you have Carla and your character Anthony, what they're doing. And then we'll also see some of the stuff from the Spartan side as well.
Yeah, so it sounds
I'm
like...
not going to talk about that part too much yet, but
yeah,
we'll be there.
So it sounds like kind of like the Star Wars, where you have the big names, but then you have the side stories that, you know, they don't show the main characters. You know, there's no Luke, Leia, but then you have Solo and Rogue One, which take place during that time, and you see the oppression of the Empire and what they do. And then I think your Brotherhood Aftermath, I would compare that to probably Spider-Man Far From Home, because you said it's, you know, it's the aftermath of everything and then a stepping point. So that is like Far From Home, you know.
And a similar idea. Yeah. Far From Home did have its own self-contained story, though. This one piggybacks pretty much entirely off of Brotherhood War and leads directly into the next thing. But yeah, it's a good comparison.
Absolutely. Okay, let's see. What other questions do we have in the time remaining? We got 10 minutes left. Interesting. Let's see. Is there anything you would like to see happen? Because you said your time's going to go down. What would you like to see happen with your stories? Are they going to maybe not end, but are other people going to take over and like help you, or what's going to happen?
No, I'm going to do my best to see everything through to the end as much as I can. That is something that I try to do. I've only canceled one machinima so far, and it was the Aliens vs. Predator machinima I did back in 2010, which got 1 episode.
Wow.
Which is an interesting idea, but didn't pan out. But I really try to see everything through to the end, because I've seen so many creators pick up stuff and quit, and I hate seeing that, because, you know, there could have been good stuff there, you know? But ultimately, I'm just going to have to play it by ear.
That's true. We can't know the future, but, you know, you can try and make plans.
Yeah. I'm going to do my best. I don't plan on handing the reins off to Chronicler 178.
Yeah, no.
Mostly because I don't know anybody who could fully fulfill that role.
No.
And I have an end game. I do. I have pretty much everything I'm gonna do for the established properties down to a T. I know where they're going.
That's good.
I just have to get there.
Yeah.
If I do manage to get there, y'all are gonna see shit. I have so many good ideas that I have yet to introduce, because I can't tell you any of them because it would spoil everything.
Yeah, everything that you have.
But I just gotta get there. And that's why when things take so long to do, like Brotherhood War did, it pains me, because I'm on a clock. You know, I'm running a race and I'm starting to lose. I can see the end line, but it just keeps getting farther and farther away. But I'm not done in this race yet. I'm still here. You know, I might be an old man now compared to when I started, but I ain't done yet. I ain't out of this yet.
Yeah, I saw that Border War. You filmed that in what, 2011? That's when you uploaded all that?
I filmed it in 2010, right after Reach came out. It got uploaded in 2010, 2011. Which somebody actually told me, it might have been Mega. Somebody actually told me I was apparently one of the pioneers for Reach Machinima. Because Border War came out so quickly. It was one of the first big Reach Machinimas to come out, like something on that scale with big battles and stuff like that. Which I didn't even know that for years. That was cool.
I watched another one when that was a long time ago. I don't want to say how old I am, but I was pretty young. I was I was 2010. I was a freshman or sophomore in high school.
Yeah, so was I. I was a freshman when I made. I was 8th grade to a freshman when I made Border War.
Wow, it's interesting how well it's kept up. Then, if you had that much talent, for some reason, I don't know why, it seemed because the writing, it seemed a lot more mature. I would say, for 8th grade, 9th grade, because I know what I was in high school. Yeah.
Oh, don't get me wrong, I was like that too. Somehow I managed to crank all that out, though. Although I will admit, I spent more time in school writing scripts than taking notes. I have a PhD, past high school.
Oh, I thought you really had a PhD. I was like, how do you have any time?
No. But instead of me getting the best education that I could get, we got Bikeron and Border War and Revolution and The Last War and Bikeron 2. And you know what? I'm good with that. That's a fair trade.
Yeah. Absolutely. I'm a big supporter. That's the thing. I don't fully go into a lot of stuff, but when I do, it's like really there. Like Beetle Milk, Devin from Beetle Milk became one of my closest friends.
What?
Yeah.
Beetle Milk?
Yeah, they're a comic production company.
Okay.
So
no, that's fine. The name caught me off guard.
Yeah.
Like, the Beatles lactate? Or is it making milk out of the beetles?
Oh my gosh. Ew, gross. Either way, it's gross. No, they have cute little, it's like a pastel goth. That's the kind of vibe they give, and they have really interesting stories. Like one of their stories was, and they canceled it because they didn't go well. If you want to learn more about that, watch the Lorecast episode with Devin. But they had one of their comic concepts was, if there was a god, would you really want to meet them? So that was the question they started off with, and then they wrote an entire, they got 3 or 4 out of it before it.
That's pretty cool. Ended. I really enjoyed that idea with Prometheus.
Yeah.
Back in 2012, I got a clear answer from that movie.
Yeah.
No, you don't want to meet him.
No, you don't want to meet him.
Yeah. But no, that's interesting. I'll have to check that out. By the way, I've also noticed in this hour that we've had, we haven't done a whole lot of lore talk. We've talked about procedure and how I do things in cool, but we should have another episode where we talk about of the Spartan Legacy.
Absolutely.
I got a lot to discuss there too.
Okay, we can do that. We'll do that. What, next week? Sure.
Sure.
Let's see. Before we go, because it's about time. How about you drop me your favorite piece of lore from the Halo universe in general?
Ooh, yeah. God, that's a hard one because I like so much of it. But precursor stuff blows my fucking mind.
Yeah.
Like their stuff is so impossibly old and huge. Star Roads alone are such an interesting concept to me, but they're all gone because they were made of neural physics, and the Halos killed it all. So I can't do anything with it because they're all dead.
Oh my gosh, I had no idea about that.
Yeah. So they came along before the Forerunners. Obviously, they've existed for impossibly long amounts of time. Like, if the universe is impossibly big, the precursors are impossibly old. And they made the Forerunners, and they made the everything, and then the Forerunners rebelled against them. And so, and make a really long story short, the precursors turned themselves into the Flood.
Okay, I've seen enough hidden Xperia and Halo canon to see a lot of those.
Both great channels, by the way.
Yeah, there's another one, Installation 00. He's another channel.
But dude, the stuff that they do is freaky. Like, the domain in itself, a living cloud. Like, it's like an iCloud, but it's alive and it stores everything. What? And star roads are gigantic living cables that connect star systems. Do you know how far it is from one star system to another?
Yeah.
That's a big freaking cable. It's so huge. And then the Flood used them to attack Forerunner structures.
Oh, wow.
Star Roads were seen cutting up the greater arc. Dude, oh my god, I wish we could see that, but I don't know how we would, because you can't capture the majesty of something that big destroying something else that is that big. Dude, it is mind-boggling.
Yeah,
and
it is.
It is so big. When I read the Forerunner trilogy the first time, I didn't like it at all because I couldn't understand what the hell was going on. And the more I get into it, the more I'm like, wow, these are really cool concepts, and my brain is just too small to get it.
Oh my gosh.
I feel stupid when learning about the Forerunners. That's how good the writing is.
Yeah, I'm not much of a reader myself, because I mean I am, but I usually only read to do voice stuff for my channel. So in order to combat that, I'm actually this on June 21st. I'm having Orin from Podcast Evolved come on, and they do a book club where they talk about the books. So I've been learning through that, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this world is so infinite.
Dude,
yeah,
there's so much to Halo. It's incredible. I haven't seen a universe with this much potential since Star Wars, and that's probably why I like it so much.
Yeah. My favorite piece of lore comes from the book Cryptum.
Yeah.
And that was that Forerunners love hats. That's my favorite piece of lore. There's like
my favorite thing is that humans adopted these little creatures. What the hell were they called? But these creatures eventually hosted the first flood infection, and that's how it all got started.
Oh gosh.
But like the way that they did it was they found this powder in these old ships that and they just started genetically altering their little dog things with them.
Yeah.
That is such an interesting little tidbit of lore to me. Like, man, they must have been on something when they came up with that. That is so neat, and not the way that generic people would have done it, you know? But that is so cool. Yeah, Foreigners like hats. Oh, and then Guilty Spark was once a human.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh my gosh.
Dude, okay, in Cryptum, Chakas, I think his name is, the human that travels with Bornstellar, he ends up getting turned into 343 Guilty Spark.
Oh, whoa.
And then later on, okay, so they brought Spark back from the dead, kind of, for some of these newer books. And the Chakas personality starts to come back.
Oh.
Yeah. Guilty Spark just got a dozen layers of depth added to him, and some people don't like it, but I think it's really cool. Why waste a good character?
Yeah. Oh, he was a really good character.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Bungie did have a problem with that, of killing off. Everyone praises the Bungie characters.
Bungie had a problem where I think their characters are really cool.
Yeah.
But I don't see as a much depth to them as some of the other characters that have come along since 343 took over. Like, for example, if you were to have me compare Sergeant Johnson to Spartan Locke character-wise, Locke's gonna win every time.
Yeah.
He may not be as cool as Johnson, and Johnson's got some stuff. I'm not saying they're bad.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, they're just like Johnson and Miranda Keyes and stuff like that. They're really cool on a surface level, and they don't usually go a whole lot deeper than that. But then, of course, the problem is everyone ends up hating Locke because they haven't invested in the peripheral material, which is fine. You know, in order to enjoy something, you shouldn't have to buy every single book and everything and read it. I can enjoy it because I did buy every single book and everything, but you can't just all of a sudden make him the main character of a new game and expect everybody to go along with it. I mean, like, you could argue they did that with the Arbiter, but the Arbiter didn't have a whole series of books or a show or anything to back him up. He just kind of came in and you learned about him through there.
But he was alongside the Master Chief. He wasn't 15, He wasn't 12 levels out of the 15 that there were.
Right. So good ideas, bad execution, just like the rest of Halo 5's campaign. But that, maybe we can talk about that in the third episode, because I can talk for an hour about how Halo 5 could have been done, but that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah, that's totally okay. It actually did take 2 episodes with Devin, because the first time we did this, where we talked about, you know, the process of how he does things, and then we got into like each of his comics. So I think that's what we can do with this one. You know, we talked a little bit about the lore of your worlds, but, you know, your universe, but, you know, it's mostly the mechanics and, you know, the team, that, you know, how you work. And then in the next episode, we can absolutely get into just focusing right on the lore.
Yeah, and if you watch the Spartan Legacy all the way through by next week,
I will.
I know it's possible.
Yes.
Okay, so my buddy Stupid Flanders, who's a body actor in small voice roles, he'll be doing a slightly bigger role in Zulu Flight, by the way. He had to body act, or he wanted to body act for Aftermath, but I told him, have you seen Brotherhood War yet? He said, nah, I still need to start the Spartan Legacy. I'm like, dude, if you body acted Aftermath, you're going to get everything in Brotherhood War spoiled for you. So he watched all of the Spartan Legacy in like 2.5 days.
Wow, I don't have that kind
That's
of
a spin. Yeah. He was kind of really.
All right, let's see. I think that's all I have today.
All right. Well, we can do same time next week for some lore discussion if you want.
Absolutely, I would love that. Go ahead and shout out where people can find you.
Yeah, okay, so my channel is my name, Chronicler177. I use that name for everything, so if you need to find me, usually that's how. There is Discord links if you want to join my Discord, and pretty much all of my main videos, including the first one you go to when you click on my channel. The channel overview should have a link in that in the description. Yeah, come in and talk with us. You know, if you want a body act, it's really easy. Just show up when I announce sessions in the Discord. You want to be a voice actor? Email me a demo. Again, my email is also in the descriptions of most of my main videos. If you have a question for me or one of my characters, post it to my super cool fan mail channel on my Discord, or send me an email, chronicler177@gmail.com. That's basically it. I love talking to people. I love getting to know people, and I'm always looking for more crew. So, yeah.
All right, absolutely. Thank you so much again for listening to Lorecast, and we will see you all next week for a deep lore discussion on the Spartan Legacy. Thank you so much, and we'll see you then. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey there, thanks again for listening to Lorecast. This is a fantastic episode, and like we said, we're going to have another episode where we talk about the deep lore of the Spartan Legacy. Make sure to check that out. And again, I'll leave the links to everyone's Discord down below and a link to the Bandcamp so you can get these songs as for yourself. So again, thank you so much for listening, and we will see you all in the next episode of Lorecast.